Hi, welcome back to this advent calendar. If you're new, please like, subscribe. I'm going to say that first. Yeah, we are building advent calendars all month long. I do have a playlist called Advent Calendars. This one is on day 4, so this will be our final 6 builds, and then our final thoughts on this Merry Christmas Animal Dinosaur Advent Calendar. We are just going to dig in on. We're on day 19. If you want to see the other ones before you go on, please pause this video and go back to my playlist on Advent Calendars 2025. And you can see 1 through 3. I'm trying to keep these videos kind of short. I will build the items in stop motion and then I'll talk about them really briefly, more so briefly than I normally do on my channel. Just to make these videos not super long. It's kind of a showcase to you what's in it, and I build it there in case you lost your instructions, or I just enjoy building them in stop motion. So without further ado, let's do one 19. So 19 is right here. We're gonna pop 19 open. Gonna go toosh. See that little gnome there, and then here is 19. Let's build it. We have ourselves a penguin. So you put an eye on them. I didn't do both eyes in the stop motion because I'm going to tear it apart. Not because I don't like it, because there's 2 big builds and you have to tear apart all of them. So keep that in mind. If you want to build it back and you want to use one of the cooler eyes, kind of put the eyes you don't like on the characters for the first build, and then put the eyes that you do like on the other ones, because they do come in tons of sheets. If you're just collecting the sheets, they look like this. So you can choose what set you want to use, or like I was trying to do is just use one, trying to save them, you know, so, so I was saving some and then just reusing one sheet for them, because I kind of picked up the idea that, you know, you're getting the same sheets and you have to put the eyes on. But it's a cool looking penguin. There is different models for penguins, so you could have a different variations. And this is just another variation of a penguin build. We're on day 20 now. So now it's pretty much just like, where'd you miss, right? Day 20 is right here. So let's pop this one open. It's gonna be easier to grab, I think, because there'll be less bags all the way around. So this is day 20, nice and gray, maybe an elephant or something brown as well. I don't know. Let's build her. Okay, so we have our little dinosaur here. He has tail can move, feet can move. He's gray, and he has spines here. You have to put stickers on. His mouth can move a little bit. You have to put a sticker on the eye. I didn't do it on that side because we have to break them apart. The really bad part about this particular advent calendar, again, is sometimes they have these type of connections. See, that we consider an illegal motion for a legal part, because this part will break, right? It's going to chip this off, or it's going to shoot off like a rocket. It's not meant, these aren't meant to be like that, and you're kind of ruining these pieces. So whenever you see those things, don't keep them on very long. It ruins your building block, whether you have Lego or if you have any other brands. They aren't meant to pinch like that. It does. I know a lot of them are like, well, it can, but then you're going to snap these out. So without that, it's a nice piece, nice little dinosaur. There she is. Okay, folks, we are day 21. Day 21 is somewhere not on the bottom row. That's only 24. 23 is the next row. 21 is probably the top row, but it looks like all of them are done already. So 21 and 22 are in the middle row. 21, 22, we're doing 21 first. Pull it out, get it out. 21 is right here. It's one of the face ones. All right, let's do it. that looks like some type of parakeet. It can stand, so it's displayable, but playability is going to be hard because it can't stand on, because of these 2 feet right here, it's not going to be able to stand on a building block. You'll be able to pinch it onto a building block, but not set it. You have to put the eyes on. I did both eyes for this one. Sometimes I didn't, just because I have to tear it apart. And then I'm not very good. You want to help your child if you're getting it for your child. Put the eyes on very, very, directional that you want to do it. Especially if you're doing it as a display piece. But here it is. Built. And not bad. It's about the size of a Lego. 22 is right here. We are going to pop this one open. We are going to pull it out of the bag. We are going to build this in stop motion, and then we'll talk about it. Let's do it. All right, we get ourselves, I think this is supposed to be like a turtle, but I'm not sure. So that's what I'm gonna think it is. Hard shell, face like a lizard, legs can move like so. The eye you have to put on, I didn't put the eye on there. So on some of the stop motions, I just kind of skipped putting both eyes on, mainly because I know I'm gonna have to take that eye off really soon. So yeah, tail can move a little bit too, like so. And he's cute, definitely displayable. He definitely looks like a creature. You can try to play the guessing game on what animal you think it's supposed to be. What animal do you think it's supposed to be? Let me know in the comments below. All right, folks, we are on day 23, which is right here. Let's pop it out. And let's build this nice gray monstrosity. let's build it. 23. All right, here we have our little dino. The eyes you put on, there's 2 stickers. I put the wrong stickers on. So I put one of those and one of those. I don't know if anyone noticed. You get a bunch of stickers per little set, so you just gotta be more careful about that. It is a long tail, blue and gray. Headpiece does move like this one, and this one's more stable. At least the legs don't move, but the neck does, so you can have a little bit of playability. But you have to tear these apart. That's the only side effect if you want to build the large guy, which we will be doing. Here are the instructions on that. Here are the instructions on our dino number 5. But not a bad dinosaur. I can't go all the way down, but I do like it. I like this one. This one's a cute little addition to our dino series. Not bad. Cool. All right, the last one is right here. So let's pop it open and let's see what we get. Day 24. Let it light up. Our grand finale for the baby builds is this, I think, kind of like a Stegosaurus, but it doesn't have the ball tip at the end. So I don't know. I do like the spike variation here. I did put both eyes on, which you have to do for the eyes. It is a green topper and then a tan, or like it's a sort of tan for the base. The legs don't move they can move, but not very easily. The back end moves a little bit, and the bottom moves right here. But that's what he looks like. Now we are going to I'm going to tear apart everything. All right, let's do it. Here's just a few of the animals. The animals make the unicorn, the dinosaurs make the dinosaur. So I'm going to tear apart these. There's 12 of them. I just kind of showcasing a couple of them, and the unicorn thing fell off on this one. I'm going to tear apart everything right now, and we're going to build the unicorn. So let's do it. Here is the unicorn. Instructions are all on the back of these. Okay, let's just talk about it first. The unicorn, I didn't use the right eyes. It wants you to use whatever those, it wants you to do that. I didn't do that. All right, I just put these on because none of them actually required that one. It does use the gold. There was extra pieces in the elephant that gave you this piece right here, and they gave you these threes, which was, I was wondering why there was extra pieces, but then it all made sense that they wanted to use it. The head can move. The legs can move just a little bit that direction because this piece doesn't allow it to move that way. But these pieces can move, and these pieces can move. Some of these, when I originally built it, they were so tight together because it's not Lego, it's harder to get off. So I used a black piece. I did have the other color for this, but I didn't use it because it was so stuck together. I was like, okay, there's extra pieces, so I just used that instead. The coloration, I do want to mention that. When you're trying to build it, the color, this yellow and this orange on this piece of paper is so close. It was a little bit confusing at first. Like, I didn't realize that those are supposed to be orange and those are yellow. And I didn't really pick that up until the end when I was done building this thing. So keep that in mind when you're building. The colors are going to be a little off, but I mean, the colors are off anyway, because this is a very unique build. These little feet right back here move, and again, this only moves like this unless it wants to lay it, your little, I mean, it can lay out like that if you wanted it to. It's an interesting piece. I do like it, and it's okay to build once you get everything off. Just know that coloration, and you don't use all the pieces. So it's just, just decide whether or not you want this or if you want all the little minis. But this is one of them. So this is just one of the builds. You can decide how you want to put your little unicorn and how you want to display your unicorn. Playable a little bit. Kids could play with this one easily. I probably built this wrong, and this probably needs to go down. So I didn't catch that. This goes down to be more smooth and flush like this. This is the good side. That's my mistake side. So it should be more flush. I just didn't catch that when I was building it. This is how they want it to be. So just know that I built it wrong. So hopefully someone calls me out in it. So, I mean, really, you just need to pull these pieces off and pull this off like this. It needs to go like this. Push there. Put this piece like this. Put this piece like this. That's how it's supposed to look. At least for style-wise, coloration-wise, you could change up these. Like I'm saying, there's extra pieces everywhere, so you can change your color if you don't want it to be like that. What are your thoughts? Do you like this one? Let me know. Okay, now we're going to break up all the little dinosaurs. There's just 4 of them. We're going to break them all up, and we're going to build the larger piece of the larger dinosaur. So let's do that. Let's destroy them, and let's see what we can make. Okay, here it is built. That was not a very enjoyable experience for me. It is very, very fragile. It is not built right. I mean, I built it right, but it's not built right. It's all ones, like majority of it, it's going to break in a child's arms. I would not recommend building this big guy. It took a few hours, and they were just not wanting to stick together. Like I'm saying, that the joints, it really, if you look right there, see how they're all ones. Like I didn't notice it when I was building all the smaller ones, that this thing is just entirely almost all built of these singular pieces, and that is not very structurally sound. His head doesn't also hold up the strength. As you can see, that those just fell down. I thoroughly did not enjoy building this one. I'm happy that I built the unicorn first, because the unicorn was wasn't frustrating. The pieces, the colors, sometimes I didn't feel I had them. So that was on that one. But this one, I was like, whoa, it was just super frustrating and non-enjoyable. So thumbs down on this monstrosity that I built. So if you built it, did you have the same experience? You're gonna have to help a child. If you're getting this for anyone younger than 8 down, I would say sit down with them and take your time. It's almost all small little pieces. So with that said, let's do our final, right? So we built this guy, we built the unicorn. Here she is. What's our overall thoughts? I think this advent calendar cost $30. I think it was the $30 range. So you get dinosaurs, you get animals. I think that they were cute. I think those themselves are much better than the builds that you build here. So I would leave them in their state. A child can play with all of those. A child can play with the unicorn, but don't build this. I would leave the dinosaurs alone, leave them in their dinosaur form. The dinosaurs build this piece, the animals build that piece. So decide what you want to break up. If you want to test your might and go for that one, enjoy. Just know that there will be some frustrations, and going, where do you hook it up? And with stop motion, it's even harder for me, because I have to stick them together and then hope, like when you're adding one piece at a time, taking photos, it really does make it really hard. I like how the concept of how they wanted the toes to be separated and stuff like that. So they put some thought into it. It's just all ones, and it is definitely going to fall apart. Overall, I think this advent calendar is pretty fun. Just the last builds aren't. But thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe. I do things like this. I talk more in detail into the figures majority of the time on my reviews, and then I build them separately. That's how I do it. So there's 2 different types of videos. There's builds and reviews. Some people like to watch just the builds, and then like if you're just going to go, I don't have my instructions, and you want to watch my videos to see how to build them. And then the other ones are if you want to just know more about the product. That's why I split them up. But in my advent calendar ones, we don't do that. I want to thank you all. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays and be safe.